Hello, friends. It's Tracy Lockard here, and I am here to teach you how to go from zero sales to daily pay notifications with digital products. If you want my free digital wealth toolkit, where I walk you through creating, marketing, and launching your digital products so you can create a passive stream of income right from your phone, grab it below. It's free 99, okay? So last week, we dove into basically stop being vanilla so that you can become a magnet and also attract people to you but repel people that are not your people at the same time. I really hope that you took the time to do the little homework assignment, because today we're zeroing in on discovering like who your perfect customer is, and that information has a lot to do with this. So listen, once you nail down who that ideal customer is, their wants, their needs, their desires, and even details like their age or, if they have kids, everything shifts, okay? And you got to get crazy specific, all right? And when you get more specific and you really know who it is that you're talking to, content creation becomes way easier, okay? You want to simplify your content, you need to get clear on who you're talking to, okay? Okay, imagine this. You start a new job. At first, it feels a little bit awkward, right? But the more you get to know your coworkers, the easier those conversations become, okay? It's the same with your perfect customer. If you don't know who you're talking to, it's like talking to a wall. It feels hard because you don't know what to say, because you don't know who you're talking to, right? But once you see your perfect customer, like in your mind, you visualize this person, you know their wants, their needs, their fears, their desires, their goals, their whatever, you'll feel like your message is cutting through all of the noise, even when it's going out into the wide world, okay? Now, here's the deal. When you know exactly who you're speaking to, everything changes. When you are creating content and you know exactly who you're talking to, that's when everything shifts for you. You are doing magnetic messaging when you do this, okay? So we're about to do a little bit of digging, okay? Homework time, all right? Creating content is tough when you're not really sure who your audience is. But when you know your perfect customer and truly understand them, things get so much smoother. And guess what? They'll start talking back. All right? You'll create content that resonates with them. And before you know it, your audience will start to engage with you. All right? If you're not getting engagement, if it's like crickets out there and you're posting all the time, you're posting consistently, you're like, I don't know why no one's talking to me, it's probably because you don't really know who you're talking to. You are kind of all over the place with your content, in which case you're not talking to anybody. So of course nobody's going to talk back because you're not talking to them. Okay? You got to make sure that you're honing in on this. Because when you start to create content that resonates with people and your ideal customer sees it and they're like, oh my God, she's talking to me. Like, oh my God, I totally get where she's coming from with this. This makes sense. They're going to start talking back to you. You're going to get feedback, and that is pure gold for refining your content. Okay? When I launched my business back in 2017, the first time I ever became a digital entrepreneur, all right, I swore I would never go live. I was like, I'm not getting on video. It ain't happening, okay? Because I was afraid. I was terrified. I remember the very first time that I went live, because I decided I was going to be coachable, right? Very first time, it was a jumbled mess. I was talking nonsense. Nothing I said made sense. Just like just now, words were not coming out of my mouth. No good. Okay. I didn't know what I was talking about. I didn't know who I was talking to. I was just rambling on camera for like 7 minutes, sweating profusely. Okay. It was a disaster, but I did it, and I did it scared. And that's the thing about this, guys. You just have to take the imperfect action. You just have to do it scared. A lot of times, guys, it ain't because it's scary. Okay, I say this to my clients all the time. I say this to my students all the friggin' time. It ain't because it's scary. I was terrified to go live, but at the end of the day, is that really scary? Like, what's worst case scenario? You don't like the video, you delete it. Okay, is that really scary? It ain't scary. It ain't scary. It's just new. And the more you do it, the less new it is. it becomes like an old habit. And before you know it, you're going live and you're doing video and you're doing the things that you were terrified to do with no problems because it's not new anymore. All right. You just have to do it. Do the do. All right. That's your motto. Do the do. Okay. So, anyways, I had a lot of fun creating content. I had a lot of fun, making posts, written posts, because that felt safe for me. That was right comfy in my comfort zone. And interestingly enough, the more I engaged with my audience, the more I heard, wow, it feels like you're talking directly to me. The more I created content, the more I made posts, the more I went live, the more I started creating those videos and forcing myself to get on the video and just do it scared, just do the do anyways, the more I started to find my voice. I started to figure out who it was that I wanted to serve in my business. Because that's truly all it boils down to. Who do you want to help? Who are you trying to serve with your business? Once I started to figure that out, my message started to get more refined. I started to find my voice, and I started to get people that were messaging me all the time. You're talking to me. Oh my gosh, it's like you're in my head. I get that one a lot too. It's because I am. You are my perfect customer, right? Once I figured that out, everything changed. And guess what? The feedback I was getting, it built my confidence. You don't start with confidence, guys. If you're waiting for the day that you're confident first to get started, you're doing it ass backwards. All right? You don't start with the confidence. You build the confidence by showing up for yourself anyways and doing the do anyways. Okay? The feedback I was getting from people built my confidence. And I started going live more, started engaging even more, giving them exactly what they wanted. And like anything, it's tough at first. I will admit it is scary. I told you my story, sweating profusely, rambling nonsense. It is scary. But like I said, it's not because it's truly scary. It's just that it's new. And the more you show up for yourself, and the more you build that confidence in yourself and that belief in yourself that you can do it, the less scary it is. The more you get to know your perfect customer, the better your content's going to be. It'll stop their scroll, it'll connect with them. And remember, connection equals currency, okay? It's going to connect with them. It's ultimately going to help them find the solutions to their problems that they've been searching for. So here's your task, all right? Here's the homework, all right? Even if you've done this exercise before, I want you to do it again, okay? Because you're over time, your perfect customer changes. All right, so we're going to refine this. All right, clarity is key. Remember, having conversations is effortless. Being able to create the content is effortless when you know the person that you're talking to. Okay, for me, my perfect customer was just a younger version of me. Who was I when I got started as a digital entrepreneur? I used to think, man, if I had this back then, I could have made so much more money. I could have created more memories with my kids, right? And then it expanded to include, not just moms, but dads, parents, aunts, uncles, whoever, right? Anyone who wanted to crave more time, right? They wanted more time. They wanted more freedom. They wanted to get rid of that financial burden. They didn't want to be stressed out with bills. They wanted to own their time. They didn't want to have to worry about clocking in and asking permission to be a mom and whatever. They wanted to own their time. But that came with time of me just showing up and refining who it was that I was talking to. Now, I want you to think about your ideal customer. What are their needs right now? Okay. And remember, easy way to start, who's a younger version of you? Okay. When you got started, when you first were like, I want to have a business, who were you? Were you a mom struggling with bills? Were you a mom with a 9 to 5 and you were trying to get out of your 9 to 5? Are you a digital entrepreneur already and you're like, man, I really could use some extra sales or an extra stream of income, right? Whatever it looks like for you, whoever you were, That's going to be who you're talking to. All right. So think about that. What are their needs right now? What challenges are they facing that make them they're searching for something else to change their situation, right? What are those things? What are the struggles that they're dealing with right now? For me, it was the idea of getting out of my 9 to 5. I was a broke teacher, full-time teacher, in the middle of a cornfield. I had no social media to my name, none, no Facebook, no Instagram. TikTok wasn't even a thing. I could barely work my email, none of that. I had nothing. But I knew that I had a commute of like an hour and a half in the morning, and then I'd work all day and then do after school activities, which was required as a full-time teacher. And then I'd have my hour and a half commute home. And I would get home just in time to see my babies for an hour, and then I'd put them to bed. And I'd get up the next morning, do the same damn thing all over again. I was making just enough money to be broke. That wasn't an option for me anymore. I needed something else. I needed something different. I needed to be available to my kids when they needed me. I needed to be able to pay for the things that they needed. I needed to be able to put groceries on the table. I needed to be able to buy pull-ups and the light bill at the same time and not be sitting in a parking lot crying, having to choose between one or the other. And that's a true story. I remember it like it was yesterday, sitting in the dollar store parking lot, trying to decide, am I going to go in there? Am I going to buy pull-ups? Or am I going to be able to pay my light bill on time? That wasn't for me anymore. So when I speak to that person, that's who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to who I was when I got started. What did I need? I needed to own my time. I needed time freedom. I needed time with my babies. I needed more money to be able to provide for them and be able to breathe financially. Think of those things. What is that for your perfect customer? Next thing I want you to do, I want you to think about their vision. What do they truly want? I want you to dig deeper than just surface level of like, oh, they want money, right? Everybody wants money. So who cares? All right. Why do they want the money? Why do they want that financial freedom? Why do they want freedom in general? Okay. There's always a why behind it. For me, I was done missing moments with my kids. I never wanted to get a call, while I was at work that, one of my kids is sick and I'm stuck at work and there's nothing that I can do about it because I can't leave my classroom. I never wanted that. What do your perfect customers want at that core level? Okay? Dig deep with it. It's not just they want money. Why? What does that money mean to them? Time freedom? Does it mean they get to spend more time with their kids? Does it mean that they get to make memories with their kids? Does it mean that they get to breathe? That they get to put groceries on the table? That they get to take some of the pressure off of their spouse with the financial responsibilities of the household? Like, what is it specifically? All right. Your main focus here is to craft that message and get relatable so you can connect with them and show them that you have a solution that they need. Remember, have you ever been in a group where you only knew like a couple of people? It's easy to talk to them, but as you learn more about the people, the conversation seems to flow a little bit better. Creating content works the same way. All right. You have to know who you're talking to, and then you're able to speak their language. You're able to talk to them about the things that actually matter to them and keep them engaged. Okay. So have fun with this exercise. All right. This is crucial. If you are struggling with your content and you are not getting people to buy from you from your content, you're not getting people to engage with you on your content, you need to do this exercise. Okay. So do it. Said with love. All right. It's crucial. And guess what? The moment that you crack this code, the content creation process is going to feel like a breeze. All right. You start to enjoy your business even more. It's going to be that much easier for you to show up for yourself every single day. Okay. So let's freaking go.